Okay, good evening again. Good evening again.
Good evening. Shubhodaya.
Good evening. Okay. Wonderful. We able to come together. Even the merit we recite for the Heart Sutra according to Buddhism, it's amazing. During that time, usually the purpose to read the text, the purpose is to meditation the meaning. No, we have to also meditation the meaning. Usually, not just finish. But sometimes we're not able to do that. Then we're going to learn meditation, okay? Everyone just sit comfortable. First, the breathing meditation. I don't have to explain all the time. No, this is like technically, yes, because our body is connect with the wind, fire, earth, and what? Air. Therefore, it's really connect something, all different, conditions. Therefore, the breath meditation is like Buddhism, non-Buddhism, Mahayana, Theravada, forever. The one of the technique to our mind just come relax. Maybe right now, maybe there's some different, physical things too. Your mind just calm down, maybe like take some drugs. But this is like keep our mind relaxed. Therefore, first you can just sit comfortable as much as you can. Usually now, some people like do this or different. Usually the meditation, position like Buddha Shakyamuni, you put the hand under your navel. It has also like fire. The fire come up and also make warm our body. Some different techniques. This is the way, but it's what's comfortable for you. The first, just your body relax. The second, the breathing meditation, your awareness or focus, you breathe in and out. You don't have to do it like special way, just normal, relax. When you breathe, in, just try to completely like fill for all your channels. When you bring out, also just try to completely empty your stomach or wherever. Also, when you meditation, when you bring in, all the oxygens, what do you need? You bring in that. When you bring out all the old, airs in your body, you bring out for all them. Banako Lungro Guntuk means all ears to exchange. Okay. Now we meditation for Kamabari. As before we talk about many times, I think we already have you all have a visualization Kamabari, and you can do visualization front of you, where the like same level and your above your eyes and the Buddha Shakyamuni or whatever you're comfortable image, like a little bit heavy and not too big, not too small. Try to visualization that to keep your mind tight and clear on that. If you lose, bring back. If you have another thought come in, not try to stop that. You don't have to do because you more focus object of Buddha's image. The other thoughts not play to come. It depends how you tight and clear the object. Okay, this is true meditation, come on, body. Through the meditation, you are physically and mentally bliss, very strong, very your mind will relax. That is the sign of your realization of common body. Okay? This is how to common body. Now another second meditation, same object. Now you investigate how it exists or how you identify the object, Buddha, even Buddha's object. Now we are appealing for that, like if we don't see or we don't recognize, but we appeal for that in what exists inherently. And, we don't think that oh yeah, this Buddha image, the statue. Therefore, through analytical meditation, you find, or it appears inherently or something like solid, but it depends cause condition. If your mind like really recognize through that, then you become close to the inside meditation. This text we talk about right now is also the true how to meditation inside meditation, right? Like wisdom. Therefore, there's so many different texts, there's so many different resources, quotations, but they're all purpose, understand, or realization to things how exist. Therefore, now we're going to again the meditation and the same object. We check how exist. Okay, keep to a little bit deep as much as you can. Okay. Okay. Too much meditation, then you fall asleep. How's it? How's it? How is it? How is it? You have some different Or you have some feeling or any different things? Not much, right?
I'm imagining like Guru Rinpoche is impermanent.
Talk about here. Why you come to talk about here? Why not impermanent?
It just like everything else, like it's kind of easy to think of, but when you think of deities or Buddhas, it's difficult to see change or imagine. You think they're beyond change.
No, that's you need to think more meditation, more understand. If they know all the phenomena, impermanent, right? Phenomena, right? Therefore, through the meditation, we understand. Firstly, this is how we do meditation. We need to do meditation more. We always say, in order to see the result, we need to do action. Okay? You come to here lesson teaching, okay, then go back home, you just leave the book there. If you do some other books, totally different, we talk today, it doesn't work for you. Therefore, you need to, what we discussion, we talk about that, what we read the book, you need to study that, and also more meditation. Meditation means the true way, right? Concentration and analytical. Now, this type, in order to concentration for emptiness, we need to more analytical meditation. Not just, okay, say everything is impermanent or everything is not exist inherently. You just say that, you hear that, it doesn't change anything. You need to, like example, as I explain you guys, okay, go India, or very beautiful, lot of flowers, lot of cows, lot of dogs, lot of people, they're walking same direction, bicycles. He said, oh yeah, like that. You just imagine. You really go there, you see, wow, yeah, all right, oh, you're right. It's more strong, right? Therefore, understand emptiness. You need to learn that content. Okay? And what purpose we meditation emptiness? If I realization emptiness, what I'm a different person? Yes, we are all totally different person. Right now we think, oh, I don't do any mistakes. I do things, what I have to do. We're doing, but we are always some strong. That shows we're not doing the reality, or in other words, we are very easy to happy, very easy to sad. Small things, up down, up down. But it shows we don't understand reality. Even emptiness just forgot. Even we don't understand true. No. Yeah. Even we don't understand impermanent. If you understand impermanent, something change, obviously today, very surprised. Because we knew this not however. Another example, right? The weather here change very quickly. Somewhere very hot, somewhere very cold. Very surprised. Oh, today is another cold day. Oh, today is another hot day. It shows we have realization, understand the reality that it's not emptiness the reality that, but we can have pretty good education for the weather system, right? Therefore, understand and not understand the difference. In order to understand, like today, what we talk about here, we need to create the more merit, right? Do you read a little bit bottom that? They say, in order to understand emptiness, you need to create the cause and condition. What the cause condition? Create the merit. Then how you create the merit? Then you would boast your guru and deity inseparable meditation and practice like surveillance practice. The surveillance practice, one of the easiest, we got to go Yen-la. The Yen-la means that you have to do that. You need to in order to do that. Like example, if in order to fly, you have to two wings, right? If you, in order to walk, you have to two legs. Exactly like that. In order to create the merit, you need to several limbs practice. Then there's a prostration. You have to do that. You have to just, oh, I'm too, I cannot do that. Oh, I'm hurt. There's not much excuse. For us, we don't want to do hard working, but we need to do like very, what you call, easy results. It doesn't come. Then those things are not allowed. No vacation, no excuse. We have to do that in order to see the merit. Then like prostration, you don't have to. It's good to physically. Even Lama Tsongkhapa, he say he have difficult to understand for the emptiness. Then he is planning to. I think I read this book, maybe develop story. I want to go to India to receive some teachings. The one of the teachers said, no, don't go India. Then he meditation and now like Manjushri. Then he got like message, okay, you have to go to the retreat. And what he go to retreat, what he did, 100,000 mandalas, 100,000, and 100,000 postations, each 35 Buddhas. Yeah.
3.5 million.
3.5 million, Therefore, that merit, then he has also the dream to understand the reality, the impermanent, the emptiness. Therefore, if like him have to like that work out, of course we need. Right? Okay, therefore, who's doing 3 prostrations before you go bed? You do? Okay. You do? No. You do? No. Mark, you do? Never?
Prostrations before bed?
Yeah?
Never.
Never. How about you guys? Okay. Yeah. This is one in Tibetan tradition, from my area to Lhasa, if you walk like takes 1 month, they do prostration, go to that. A month. Can you go to prostration from here to New York? You think crazy, the people are crazy, right? People see the crazy. But according to Buddhism, you need to create a merit. You have to do that. Therefore, Lama Tsongkhapa did like that. Even he able to like communication with the person to person, Manjushri, but still you have to do care merit. Therefore, if I need the result, but I don't like, or I don't want to create the condition or cause, then it's not possible. Okay, yes.
Why is it that it would appear in like the Nyingma or Kagyu tradition, the Gondro is kind of more of a primary practice for people, but in Gelugpa, we don't really hear about it being offered or being talked about, at least for lay practitioners.
Yeah, we talk about that. We don't really give to, okay, do that.
Yeah.
But in the several of the practice, you have to do that. Like, prostrations, mandalas, the Lamrim Nanjor, like a meditation with your guru. This is really do the action, okay, now you have to do that. But we just give to people, okay, you have to do that always, again. You already know that. We call mundo. It's a preliminary practice to before, I say like a real into the practice. But we also doing like same time. Therefore, it's okay. You have to do that postration like Lama Tsongkhapa like that. Same. Therefore, we don't really count. Okay, now you did that. Okay, now you next. But we always say, okay, you can see that all the practice, tradition, similar the practice. Always, every prayer, you can see like Lama Guru Lama Tsongkhapa, similar practice. The next week we're going to Sunday practice, how you say, Avalokiteshvara, similar practice. We do Guru Puja, similar practice. Medicine Buddha, similar practice. All that. Therefore, the similar practice is like preliminary practice to create the merit and purify the karmas. Therefore, it's exactly the same. Gaju Nima tradition, they call Mbumnga. It's 500,000 different things. The postration, water bowls, Guru Yoga, and mandala. This also create the merit to purify negative karmas. Therefore, we have create the merit and purify negative karmas. Whatever we did, it become more easy, more successful, or useful, powerful. Therefore, this is very important. According to like Tibetan Buddhism, tradition way, before you go bed, you do 3 prostrations. Morning you get up, you do 3 prostrations. Because not just only the action, during that time, remember Buddha's kindness and of quality Buddha Dharma Sangha. Just think we need to do that actions. If you don't do that actions, just only the read the book, okay, I understand that. Oh yeah, they said, doesn't change anything. We don't really, see the result. Therefore, create the merit is very important. Therefore, in here, they say you need to create the merit. Then also Buddha describe to the different level class to different teachings, right? And then first, we have basically 4 different sets. How is it? Sets, tenets, right? Therefore, first is everything is important. Is it inherently? Then last is the not, then ha, because this also not just people just give up all. Just whatever people's belief, whatever people's level, he teach us like that. Then they will become more gross, more understand, more meditation. Then they it maybe looks not terrible. Then they ask Buddha how they yeah. It means existing. It really means everything exists. Not talk about it inherently. That you just understand different way. He gives a different, answers. Then okay, lead for different directions. Like that kind of meditation, that kind of study. Therefore, here, you read this text, you can read in order to understand the view. We need to create the merit. The create merit, what he mentioned, is a Mbumnga, also under Mundu. Mundu is a preliminary practice. Therefore, we doing always like preliminary practice to, or the prayers or the pujas, and whatever you do, whatever you do, actions, also start with that. And when we able to, clean or what? Don't you anyway, like that. Therefore, create the merit is very important. And therefore, we can see the, it's how important, even like the text. In order to that, you need to create the merit. How you create the merit? Guru Yoga. Guru Yoga, they have also like all subliminal path. Okay? Therefore, my parents, if you are not able to prostration, there are also 3 ways: physical prostration and mentally prostration. Okay? Linga. Even also versus meditation. Speech. You can recite some, respect or pay homage versus they become prostration. Then you remember the kindness, qualities of Buddha, pay respect in your mind. They become prostration. Therefore, don't have to do physically. But if physically is more difficult, right? You don't want to get up. At it. It's not forced to do something. Through the good motivation, through the create the merit, true benefit, 2 or 4 benefit. 4 benefit, right? If the 2 benefit or 4 benefit.
What's the rest of the sentence?
We say, I'm going to prostration
For the benefit.
For the benefit. Okay, yeah. For the benefit for other beings. Like that. Therefore, now, okay. Now I'm going to text. Tom should come back. Other my English to finish. I thought to very scared that it doesn't work. Finish. Okay. 니네 막 가상한도 쉬우대 봤어. 간제 가상한데 막 간제 동반이 있어야 될래야. 아니 태좀더 사와이 바나야. 펜독치 보레스 페이지 보레스 막 쉬우대 봐.
So last time we talked about, if you even have a doubt about emptiness, it has a great benefit, right?
다들 막 샤드들 막 로직 손으로 오르샤. 싫어 쉬엄내다. 난 니나 맹해지 쉬되나요? 저소야 델레 땅 구비도 오르와. 땅가도 되는 막 요도 러샤기.
So from here, it is kind of biography, of these masters. And if we go through that too much of that, maybe it might only create more confusion. Because it's talking about all these different scholars, with the different views and so forth. So Geshe said we're going to go kind of roughly through here.
아니야. 얘는 달라가 초라 니고 발라 수라지 대신주 말라바 진비 제와 담발라 텐데 돈유 대지지 담바 투바다 소소 접자시 바다 아마예도 예매 대신에 소원다 바속 다완남도 jel라시위 제촌남 창구스 대다 마사나 또 미니 이센도 어디시로다.
So this is talking about the prerequisites, or the conditions that is required in order to be able to realize emptiness. So it says now this practice is something that also has its necessary prerequisites. In order to develop the correct view in your mind stream, you must have all the following causes and prerequisites. You should devote yourself to a holy being who has correct understanding of the key points of scriptures. And who should obtain, and you should obtain from him instruction on emptiness. And you should also accumulate your merit collections and purify your obscurations. You should petition your guru and hold him to be inseparable from your tutelary deity, and so on. So if you do not have a complete set of these, you will not be able to gain any realizations.
아디 빼차잖아 장라야 메토스 제거나 Mark, do you find?
What page?
23. Depends on what color book you have.
It's still
Go to 416.
outline 416.
Outline 416, that'll be easier to find.
You found? Are you sure? Your books, you have to go down. What page number? Your book, the red book, right? What book you? Yeah, that's correct.
Oh my gosh.
Just 10,889.
10,000.
Very small.
10,000 pages. Yeah, what do you have? Marco, you have book?
The tan one I got is 416, yeah.
I think marks go to like different directions.
Yeah.
I think no, you have to go. What page number?
Just go to outline 416, and you're about like maybe 6 paragraphs in.
Yeah.
Man, you have to find that.
416.
But Jackie's good. Rika's good. We're all good. Do you say? Well, yeah, you need to more study, okay? Not just leave the book there. Chada da dina la ane karo. Sonrab ji ten shuja mala ba teme jewa tamba la tenchi. Ta de ane sonrab ji ten sa de kanji. Yang sanji ka sola chandu da ngedo da dini ngedongi. Ane pecha dina la tagu res. De tengi ka ane jewa tamba. Keba dina la tagu res.
And so here it says you should devote yourself to a holy being who has correct understanding of the key points of scriptures. So there are scriptures, there are two kinds, the interpretive and definitive. So it's referring to the definitive scripture. And so you have to rely or devote to the guru or teacher who has a correct understanding about this definitive meaning of the scriptures.
And
so among the two, the interpretive and definitive meaning, you should look at or the study the definitive meaning. So, for example, like a scripture like a Heart Sutra, where it says no form, no sound, no smell, etc. So, so what will you say if you are asked if there is a form or not? Then you will say yes, there is a form, right?
Kaje zug me dra me trume da zug raji tripa me dra da trudro kana raji tripa me debatu mares o tatela gon zug me zug yores wa.
And so, and according to the lower school, it will be completely wrong to say there's no form, no sound, etc. Right? But according to the the higher school of the tenets, what it means, is there's no form existing inherently or existing truly. There's no sound existing truly, and so forth.
다 강다르 똥반지 대 야마나 아니 한통 길라 깨와라 한통 길라 깨위 제마상에 버접고 그래서 대 조사 접야를 해서.
And then there is talking about accumulation of merit, right, and purification of the obscurations. And so in order to achieve the realization of emptiness, or the special insight, you have to accumulate a great amount of merit and purify a great amount of negativities.
배차이나 간소 배나 신독 배나 애플로 제거이나 애플 시티 4월 말루샤바나 텔라야 저나 제 마상 오면 봐요나 콤산 애플 제거래 대직 마상 제거 말고 대도 봐라.
And so, for example, if you want to sow a seed of apple, then you have to have a complete, the causes and conditions, the seed, and you have to give it enough manure, water, fertilizers, and so forth, right? And so, if you have all these causes and conditions together, then the apple will definitely grow. But if any of these causes and conditions are missing, then the apple will not grow.
제가 jem 마사는 레고 뭐 저다 진짜 친여로 와 진짜 로타로 와.
So if there's no complete set of causes, then there will be no result, right? That's the reality, isn't it?
제가 된데 신도원 제가 제와라 아니 사 쳐다 제고 다 내리게 동반이 된도 와라 아니 조사 접자한테 디지털이나면 다대 제고 그래서.
And so just like you need, the earth, the water, the fertilizers, and so forth, in order to grow the apple or any kinds of crops, you need to have this accumulation of merit and purification of the obscurations in order to have the realization of emptiness.
근데 다 네가 아니 된데 요 된데 다 아니 된데 따와도 또 따와들 다 시다만 가나 포이제 된다마 수수 따윈 조좀 만담바 나세 만담바 마이나스 다 아니 시라마 너도 따윈 조좀 만담바 수수 가요레스.
And so then it says here, there are many different versions of view among the 4 schools of tenets asserted in the noble land of India. So there are different views of the tenets.
제자 대다운 조좀 만담바 가도 가도 전달합자인 봐.
And so we have already studied about the tenets last time, right?
Okay. 대다 또 삼에 따오면 저 네 가로 따외기 조금 먼저 와인 봐. 다음에 때 먼저 와인 봐.
And they all have different way of asserting the views, right? The view or the meaning of selflessness or emptiness, right?
Okay. 아니 전담하고 시는 나 강사가 다 켈랭 가세요 그래.
And among the 4 tenets, of the Buddhism, how many asserts the self of person?
Okay. How many? 2. Is it 2 like that? Okay. How about Mark?
2 types of
He didn't listen.
This person and phenomena.
Person.
The self of person.
Who asserts herself a person?
Okay. Who? You
Asserts
forgot?
the person.
You just you said goodbye to tennis. Tennis the goodbye. Okay, Ruka. Okay. In Buddhism?
Would have to be Rinpoche.
Okay. How about Bob? Remember? Jennifer?
Not an entire school, but a sub-school of the Vaibhashika.
Okay. Boy, you forgot? Okay. Remember? Have you studied tennis? You before maybe.
Or a little bit. Oh well.
Now you forgot. How about Michael? How you guys? Anyway, Sharanama Tamata Kanda Judima Rajat with the dark you.
So one of the sub-schools, like Jennifer said, the of the Bhavashka school, Namabuba is one of the, what do you call that name? So, what's?
Vastiputrins?
Huh?
The Vastiputrins?
Vastiputrins, yeah, Vastiputrins, that's right. So yeah, so that one, that only is only that sub-school of the Bhavashka school asserts the self of person.
Okay, just remind, okay? And in the Langdo, the Redan Tendamo Josum Mandama Mata Hago Gurmaja and Hago Marwas.
And so there, just like it says here, among the 4 schools of the tennis asserted in the noble land of India. So we have to understand what are the 4 the tennis with the 4 different views like that.
Okay. 아드는 다 좋은 엄마 탄지에 따왔대. 걔는 동반 간에 걔네 동화 땡주거든. 땡주 동배던다. 실에 셰스 다 되는 거 좋대. 다 가도 단다. 냠승 반대 내 가서 가도 셔야 돼. 엄마 탄지에 따왔대. 그러나 동화 땡주거든. 땡주 동배던데 걔는 어디 따왔대레스.
And then it says, but foremost among these views is that put forward by the Prasangika Madhyamika. They were the only ones to explain that the meaning of interdependent origination is emptiness, while the meaning of emptiness is interdependent origination.
So why you understand that? Okay, Mark, why you understand that?
Relation between emptiness and dependent arising?
Yeah.
They're two sides of the same coin.
그래서
가서 코인 여봐. 배샤.
어,
배샤 코인 코인 찍기 되네. 나 초기다 그랬어.
되니까 배제 권이 그거가로야.
So like dependent arising would
But-
be conventional reality and emptiness would be ultimate reality. But there's two realities, there's just two perspectives to look at.
그래서 그 따라서
So are you saying that the two sides of the coin, like one is head and one is tail, right? Are they same?
Okay, who can explain? Yeah, maybe Rika.
Emptiness and also dependent arising, interdependent origination is not contradictory. It actually works together. The emptiness is dependent arising.
That's good.
Dependent arising is
It's good. Does she pass?
Yeah, I mean, it's the way that that the Prasangika avoid the two extremes of eternalism and nihilism.
Yeah. 동화 땡주거든. 동화 연사 땡주래서. 땡주에다 동화래. 둘하거든. 동화 연사 땡주래. 땡주에다 동화래서.
다 되니까 되지도 저거로.
땡주더라 뭐야. 다 땡주 타니라 잡초나 간지.
동화
동화 연사
근데 동화게 된데 된라는 집어라다. 생이다 그러. 된라는. 동화게
동화
된데
연사
동 땡중제 땡중게 된데 동화를 알았어.
제가 되는 간지. 땡주에다 동화 용거래. 동화 연사 땡주래서.
그래 대셔서다 인참용라.
야, 인천님.
이제 되지라다.
동화 연사 땡주입니다. 땡주의 동화 입니다. 양다때 특가도 당해. 범바치지 동화 연사 돈이 인바다 들라요.
가르쳐줘?
범바데 돈이 레베스. 맞아 돈이나 아니 답바래 왜서 어디다 듣다들 괜히 받아지 시야로 봐. 제가
So
신호다
what
거야 되는
like it's just like it says here, the meaning of interdependent origination is emptiness. The meaning of interdependent origination is emptiness, and while the meaning of emptiness is interdependent origination. So what does that sound like? Does it sound like they're like, whatever is interdependent origination is emptiness, and whatever is emptiness is interdependent origination, right? So do they sound like synonyms, right? So whatever is interdependent origination is emptiness, and whatever is emptiness is interdependent origination. So they are synonyms, right?
I can see the bill. He's dependent on Facebook.
Well,
Remember
mutually
Bill?
inclusive, but maybe not synonymous.
Do you remember Bill?
Yeah.
It's dependent on Facebook. You have become the Zoom that you can depend. Okay. Anyway, yeah, karta tension baro. Okay. You like that? Okay. 간지 제자 안에 전다 뭐 가시가 동화에는 땡주 말이야. 땡주는 동화이고 말해서 다 뇌에다 안에 가 자동으로 와.
So it's the other schools, right? Some other Buddhist tenets says that it is not necessary to be interdependent origination if it is emptiness, or if it is emptiness, it's not necessarily interdependent origination. And so that's why the Pabongka Madhyamika is different from the others.
I like that, Bill. If you're not Zoom, you are somewhat bored. Now you are very good debate. You know, Bill, remember? He's on Facebook. He's typing in anyway, 제가 what temji tawa killing it here, that uma tangi bare
And so there's so this is the Pabongka Madhyamika who asserts this kind of view.
다 되는데 다 선지 좀 내가 가르쳐오나 다 뜸바 투제진지 대지 룬 초면지 럼바신 강사기 달라 다 심바 도비셔다 아무 가다라지도 되지 동화 뜸바레스.
Then he said, our compassionate teacher taught at various levels for disciples with inferior to superior mentalities. Hence, he first taught that the person is empty of substantial and autonomous existence.
오케이, 다 됐을 때 말이야.
So to which school did he show that?
Okay, remember?
Autonomous existence? Would that be the
Empty of substantial and autonomous existence.
Oh, you forgot. You already studied tennis, right? Now you need some to go back to study a little bit. How you meditation, you don't know.
I need to study and better.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes we use the word, substantial and self-sufficient.
Okay.
Or instead of autonomous. So how many schools asserts selflessness of person?
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's how many. Tinani, that Tenang to Kazak Dametati, Tamo Sheramo, the was.
And so yeah, all the 4 schools asserts that, right? But but mainly it was taught to the first 2 schools of tenets, the Bhavashka and Sautantika. And so among these for these 2, the subtlest or subtlest the view, the view of the selflessness of person, right? Selflessness of person.
제가 가다 라체티비 되지 다 점나 가사티 홍보다 다지 가야 맞대 봐지 라체 봐지 투투 봐지 드레지 코트고 다 대매와나 가다라치 돼 있동으로
So if the person is self-sufficient, substantially existence, then the person has to exist without depending on any of the aggregates, because since there's no such person which can exist without depending on any of the aggregates, and therefore the person is empty of substantial and self-sufficient existence.
And then Dinalamdo, Kazak Datobi, Kanaraji, they taught them by this.
And so to the inferiors, hence he first taught the person is empty of substantial and autonomous existence. He said he did this in order to prevent his disciples from clinging to a personal self. And then to disciples with the better minds, he made the distinctions between phenomena that truly exist and those that do not. So to who did he say this to?
Yeah.
Second turning?
Yeah, second one. What do you think? Who he told? That's what that Telia Kazak Dadlia, Dame, Tele Kaza, Tumdatelo, the young Rudla, and then Demba Michawaran Shibares.
So to which disciples of the schools of tenets did he say this to?
Okay, who the Chessie? She the most sinners one. You sleep with that? Oh, she turned on the light, she's going to sleep. And the symptom of the Omar Rajabanya was.
So this one, it is explained to the Mind Only School and Savatandika Madhyamika School. And to the Bhavashika and Sautantika, Bhavashika and Sautantika, there is no mention about true existent or non-true existent, because if, according to them, if it doesn't exist truly, then it doesn't exist at all.
And Omar Rajabada and the Semtamaniga, Omar Semtamata, and the Shawan to the Kundachima Demes and Debamatava Yores, and the Tanajing Omar Rajibe or Debatu Mares, Ramunitra Kotanisha Saindua.
And then, so in the Mind Only School, they have divided into 3: the other power phenomena and the well-established phenomena. These 2 are truly existing, and the imputed phenomena. So there's another third one as well, imputed phenomena. So this is not truly existing. So they're differentiated like that by saying which kind of things exist truly and which kind of things do not exist truly. And in the Savatandika Madhyamika, it says there's nothing exists truly, but there are things that exist from their own side.
Then chodo chivala demba manja raji ani demba mecha raji chaba dembas. Tade ani chitiche Oma raji balando demba yomada ina raji tabares. Rangundi tabarda Oma raji balawirwa.
And he says and then to people with even better minds, he taught that phenomena do not truly exist, but that they can be established by their nature. So this is referring to the Savatandika Madhyamika school.
Adina ta telerabla chutamja raji meba temba tembe na chomdende je gombe tatu chodo je wada shimada yins ta Oma tanji wada yins wada.
And then to those with the still better minds, he taught that all phenomena by nature do not exist. This last version is the best and the Bhagavan's ultimate thought on the matter. On the matter. So this is the referring to the Prasangika Madhyamika school.
Ta te imba te imba khode ta tindike tawa de sig telan parna gombol to te apa res. Te yobe ta ti khode ma long te ko sanji chumne de korong long te res.
So who established such view? It is the Nagarjuna. And so who is Nagarjuna and why he's so special, is mentioned in these following verses. As our teacher himself said.
Jada losho bede yetana gelo ba de sheta ba temi lishimbe ba yotamo be chunji ba shi yonta da menta pawi jawi gomba drata da travar letembe gombo liji jisan dani tawacha gure tawacha kuji tem susu kando re sad shebi tawa sabzu ma maya teliji gomba da rantana tawan tatum inji karo liji gomba da yeya.
And so there's the verse, and it says, as our teacher himself said, a most famous and glorious monk born in the land of Beta in the south, who will be named Naga, will destroy nihilism and substantialism. And so the protected Nagarjuna is here predicted as the peerless interpreter, of the thoughts of the victorious one on how to abandon the extreme of nihilism and substantialism. Thus, we must seek the view by following in his footsteps. Many are the views that are newly fabricated by people's mere whim and that have been declared to be profound. But the ultimate view accords with Nagarjuna's thoughts. And it is certain that to alter them is to misinterpret the thoughts of the victorious one. And it says, and this does not merely apply to the stupid Tibetans. People like the great Indian scholar Acharya Baba Viveka and the great Tibetan Chonangpa and Pandits were mistaken about key points of the views. And so it says, like, let alone the Tibetans, even among the Indian scholars, there's who have this misunderstanding. And it says that there are also others who followed Nagarjuna but did not understand his thinking. And there were even those who not only did not follow Nagarjuna, but who tried to refute him as well.
멤버십 지든다고 때문에 요 말에서 달lun다고 그래서 바데 다와 토픽 아니
And this is, and of those who do not depend on the philosophical system of Nagarjuna and his successors, and who teach views they themselves invented, and that fall outside his system, Chandakirti says, paths other than those Acharya Nagarjuna trod are outside his system and are not the means to peace. They debase relatives and ultimate truth. With these debase, liberation is unattainable.
Okay, 단대 단도 따왔다 로직 손에 올려 가지 느리느리 요래 전담하고 느리 요래 캘린징 느리느리 요래 해야 돼. 이제 만드 시작 요래.
See, this is like the history, about the different kind of views and the different teachers, who asserts and explains about the different kind of views.
제가 안에 르립지 지나가는 다 조지가 가르나 안에 강시 안에 돈이 강시 또시나 대전샵에 르대지 주님 됨베스 바에 르드 아마 다다연스 텔레제비 맹화는 주님 됨바 통원지에서 어떻게 다 로모고 그래서.
And then it says also, so unless there is a second gateway to the peace of liberation, such a peace is impossible for those who do not follow his system, the system of Nagarjuna. And then Lamatisha said, how can emptiness be realized? Chandakirti, disciple of who was predicted by the Tathagata, and of he who saw the true suchness of phenomena, Nagarjuna, through his lineage of instructions, you will see the true suchness of phenomena.
다음에 다 배대야 아니 지선라에 다 배대야 지사 하는 다 조지도 지든라니 나랍진 개파무무 소소가 lö마한테 때네 아니 도미를 lö라는 게 내가 나지죠 아니 담아야 단지에 따오는 제 바용했던 레요레스.
And then that is the Acharya Chandakirti was the best of Nagarjuna's followers. Many Tibetans and Acharyas in a particular sects followed Chandakirti during the earlier disseminations of the teachings in Tibet. The thoughts of many of these earlier Acharyas remained in the Prasangika camp.
아니 디 데자라 론 도면 저반나서 소변을 지서 공부하고 또비 말름비 렘진 처와슈바 마와 다 정글로 통합해자 따완 타득 직다 좀 바꾼바티 딱 꿈은 누구삼베 니고도 안에 벨레 제 파시 벨레 가로 제 파시 엔더스 제 파치라 투 마치다 벨레 된 개봐도 빠는 이 마치네 다 야가든 로고도 삼아레스 야가든 파예들 레벨을 줍다 접친 마다서 자시 핍트 나와나 되니 배워 탑시어레스.
And then says the thought of many of these earlier acharyas remained in the Prasangika camp, but the acharya taught in various ways to suit the mentalities of their disciples. And later, many of their followers did not comprehend the true thoughts of these masters and gradually fell into error. And there were few authorities on the ultimate versions of the view. And Tsongkhapa, the embodiment of Manjushri, did not trust what most of these other Tibetans were saying about the view. So he set off for the noble land of India to meet Acharya Nagabodhi, the great adept Mitra, and so on. The great adept
Tara. Milor the Tachim Mataras, Mita.
Mita.
Mita touch the Kebaida. The Neshivakala Anel Hotra and Hotra Trichinji and Neteni Passioneta. Trichinji channel and Deta shows and the Pajatere by Nane and the Telative Tewa in a young and it how much of it is.
And it says that, and then the great adept Hodak Namkha Gyaltsen begged him to abandon this plan, the plan to go to India. And with the adept himself acting as intermediary, Tsongkhapa asked Bajapani questions on the view, and then it says, Right. And the Vajrapani's teaching was written down in the form of question and answer and called the Rosary of Supreme Healing Ambrosia. And since this teaching made Tsongkhapa doubt all the more and views expressed in the books available at that time. And then it says, he was still completely dissatisfied, and so he made a petition to his guru while regarding him as indivisible from Manjushri. So just like earlier we talked about seeing the guru as inseparable from the tutelary deity, and then doing this practice of the purification and accumulation. And so it says, then he worked hard and long at building up his accumulation, so accumulating merit, and at purifying himself, the purification of the negativities and obscurations, and pursued a variety of meditation topics. He practiced this intensively and later received the direct vision of Manjushri. And then there's like when we say that the vision of the deity, it says in general there are three types of visions. One is seeing a hallucination of the deity, not a real deity, but just seeing the image of the deity, thinking that this is the deity, and experience when the energy wind enters the energy channels. There is another type of vision where the deity appears to the mental consciousness, and this type is experienced in meditation. And lastly is the type where one actually sees the deity with one's sense consciousness, and so like in a man-to-man, as it were to Rinpoche.
And
then when the Lam Tsongkhapa had this direct vision of Manjushri, like seeing a man-to-man, person to person, then he was able to ask questions to Manjushri. So he said, I'm not satisfied, or my doubts are not clear, and so what is the meaning of such and such? So he was asking these questions to Manjushri. And then says Manjushri's answer to questions Rinpoche put concerning difficult points on the view were too profound. Whenever Rinpoche did not understand something, so he would debate these doubtful points with Rendawa. So yet, even this did not clear up all his doubts. And then it says that then Manjushri declared that Tsongkhapa should take his teachings on as his starting point, and then if he took pains, he would come to realize the profound and undistorted view by relying on the learned classics. And so it came to pass, later by virtue of his stack of accumulation and purification of obscuration, he had the vision of Buddha Palita. And then he then went through this author's commentary, the pursuit of Buddhahood, and so the ultimate view of the Prasangika arose in his mind stream. And so this is what we should understand from this, is that even Lama Tsongkhapa, had a hard time understanding the view, the correct view. Right, so then after doing intensive practice of purification and accumulation of merit, and then he was eventually able to see or realize the ultimate view of Prasangika Madhyamaka school.
Okay, 다 들리고 가는 데 간지 제르모치 다들 로지리 제르모치 땅아 자갈을 로드나 자갈 만도스 아니 들리다 아니 토사도 자시쇼스 아니 토사 땅 야무는 베제티드 게투모 볼 코도샤는 로브나 제랄라야 오마 템바는 로발라 이름보 펜도나 가그다 네카들 펜도 가근도 세나 다 이름보 펜도 제고도 소스tom라 아니 포마카시 티체 아니 다이
And so the Lama Tsongkhapa, was not satisfied with all these teachings that he got in Tibet. So, he made this plan, to go to India to study from these great masters, right? But then his teacher, Namkha Gyaltsen, Lord Namkha Gyaltsen, begged him not to go, to change his, and instead then, to do these practices, where he had the vision, of the Manjushri and so forth, and then still he was not able to gain the realization or the ultimate understanding, of the view. And then later, by engaging in this practice intensively on the practice, the purification and the accumulation, then he was eventually, gain the realization of the ultimate view. But then they were also saying that once he was told to do this practice, intensive practice, but then he also had many disciples that he couldn't leave. And he thought maybe he can't go to do this intensive retreat by leaving his disciples behind without any guidance. Then he was again cautioned, if he does this practice himself and gain the realization, then it will even benefit more. So this is, do you want to just benefit little now by being with your disciples, or you want to benefit great in the future by gaining this ultimate understanding? And so then he says, I want to bring more benefits to many other beings by gaining this understanding. And so then he went, he took a handful of disciples with him, and then went to do this intensive practice of purifications and accumulations. And then when you do the practice of the 35 Buddha practice, so there's 35 Buddhas that you recite, and so usually if there's only Tathagata. So there's Tathagata, Tishinshapo, Tathagata, so and so, Tathagata, so and so. Before there's just the name of this Bhagavan, but then it's in Tibetan translation, and then they added, this Tathagata. That's added by Lama Tsongkhapa.
아니 제르모치가 덴데가 도자라서 저 송아 라르라 샴범레 멈피야 말. 아니 다나제가 아니 맨라피 어떻게 조사도냐 제발 때네 아니 다또만이 따와 동안이 정말 말했어.
So Lama Tsongkhapa made this 100,000 prostration to each of these Buddha, 35 Buddhas, and so 35 Buddhas, and then he also made not only the prostration, but he also made so, and then he made many hundred thousands of mandala offerings as well, with his bare hand on the stone, like a slate.
제가 두진의 조사 접시한다 가서 로 게데미셔나 가디나 조사 접시 책으로 조사 접시 책을 좀 해야 조사 접시 책이 아니 지금 뒤에 설득 때 맞더니 매와 버리.
And so this is a very important practice, to do the accumulation of merit and purification of the negativities is very important practice. But, and of course, you don't have to especially just dedicate for that. You can do it, whilst doing the other practices.
아니 까지도 니마글로서는 bom가 사서야지. 아 티페나 문로고 쳐도야. bom다 라멘나죠다 샤자 연자뼈에 bom가 그 내가 싸고 같은데요.
And so in this is in the like the Gelug tradition. In the other traditions like Nyingma and Kajus, they have a different way. So they actually, before they engage in the actual practice, they do this preliminary practice. They do this in the form of a preliminary practice. So like they call it 500,000, like the 100,000, 100,000 of prostration, 100,000 of mandala offerings, and so forth.
gelugulu sojina ta tsoksa sun tsoksa dwa shangi nyamle chegi do de khashai ko tuse mares.
So according to the Gelug tradition, this practice is done together with the actual practice. So while doing the actual practice, you keep on doing this practice of the preliminary practice or the practice to purify negativities and accumulate merit.
어제 도지네 다 내게 아니 오메 따와 시점말로 또 봐나 아니 덤발아야 대화 슈치 오제네 다 레진이 뭐 중앙 땡데 또 봐대네 좀 말해 지는 뭐지.
And then so after doing this intensive practice, and then when he eventually realized the ultimate view, then he developed very strong admiration or faith in the Buddha, and then he composed this text in praise of interdependent origination.
오케이 단데 콜 지금 로직 손으로다 무슨데게 쇼트 캐면도 저도 곰자트 캐면도다.
And so this is just like the history, of this teaching and where it came from, how it came from, how it came about. So there's nothing much, to do like practice or meditation, other than just gaining some knowledge about it.
아니 문죽 덤베 남들 진죽 들렸다 지는 뭐시 내리 전도 오다 안도 체고 됐다 고텔래 거다.
So what practice we should do, is to follow Lama Tsongkhapa. So that's just like saying that's the biography or the history of the previous teacher is the practice of the present disciples. So just like they're saying that. So we have to, see what did the great teachers of the past did, and then we should try to follow in a similar footstep.
아니 지는 뭐지 따원 지는 잠배야다야. 다 믿어만 계시 된데게 따오마다 다 안도도 가와 또 오서면 샘주샤요 말에. 소소 마도나 다가 가로 연금 문제 서면 샘주샤요 말에.
So you might feel like hopeless, thinking that even Lama Tsongkhapa was not able to gain the realization of the correct view, or when he even had a direct vision of Manjushri, right? Then and how am I, how will I be able to possibly able to achieve this realization? And so you shouldn't feel hopeless by thinking like that.
가르드나 지는 뭐지 조사로 이제 가르치다 안도 소소 가서 지금 된데다 소소 이제 가서에서는 제가 다 용거로 와.
And so however much practice that we do, of the accumulation and purification, and that much merit, we will create, and that much negativities will be purified. And so more merit we have, more purification we have, that much more understanding we will have also.
Okay. Any questions? No questions. You have some question? No? How's it? No, you need meditation, okay? Meditation and study. You need to also find what they will study book, okay? That you can understand. 이제 딱 가서디 가상만 가서디 제나버가 저와이 태가서 대세워 좀 와서 단지불라 아니 가사 다다 데마트마 된드니가 고베 싸버레스.
So according to the Prasangika Madhyamika school, the both self-grasping ignorance of the person and grasping at true existence are root of sacred existence.
제자 안에 년년년도다 좀 받아서 안에 가사가 다다 데마트마 된드니가 빠지 또 그래.
And so so the hearers and solitary realizers follow these tours, and will practice to mainly abandon the grasping at the self of a person and grasping at the true existence.
제가 된다더니가 고베 싸워 자고 그래.
And so therefore, both of them, the grasping at the self of person and grasping at true existence, they both are a root of sacred existence.
아니 대급 된데 바자 니넌트 위차 오 텔시도자 그래서.
And then the imprint, of these two, the grasping at the self of person and the grasping at true existence. The imprint of these, is the obscuration to knowledge.
그래 텔시도블라 그래. 대자 탄지블라 터모머지 시바잉 시드 메라 그래.
And so that's called the obscuration to knowledge. And according to the Prasangika Madhyamika school, so it says there's no consciousness that is obscuration to knowledge. So there's a lot of complication to that as well.
Okay. This is last week your questions more clear.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. Any questions? Any question? What do you mean? No question means you just understand totally, or you have no idea, or not interested. Yes.
So, the subtlest view of dependent origination, dependent designation, right? That is unique to the Prasangika, correct?
Hello?
What's the question?
So the subtlest view of dependent origination being dependent designation, is that's unique to the Prasangika?
The Karsa, the Tenjungi Tawase, the Tenekarsa, the Karsa, the Karsa, the Tokbetasam get Tawase, Taksam get Tawase. What you would have asked for?
Don't be thousand and that Tajiba Chuboleg. You attended another Omarajiba in the calendar.
The Karsa, Tenjungi Tawa, the Tawa Tato killing it, Tajuchi would have asked.
The Tobe Tatham Jitin you can get Tajiba Chubur.
Tenjungi Tawa, the Tawa Tato killing it, Tajumaro.
Temar, Tenju Omarajiba, Tenju Kalangua, Tende Kalangua.
So it's only the Prasangika Madhyamika school who asserts the basis of designation, like the mere imputation, right? So, but the view of the interdependence and origination is asserted by the Sabbatanika Madhyamika school as well.
In a Tara, the Kaga Labna Chibana, Kupana, Tara Monger.
Of course, but there is a difference in terms of the subtlety.
So my question is that, so the dependent designation or existing through imputation only, how does that differ from in the Chittamatra, in one of the examples of selflessness of phenomena they give of forms, emptiness of existing by way of its own character as the basis for assigning the term form? So, which I would think would refer to the imputational nature. So how does that different? How is that different from dependent designation in the Prasangika?
Under the Tokbetasam Sejara, Tokbetasam, the Tajiba Tokbetasam Sejara, the sense of another Suk Shibidaja Joshang, Sinu to Basejara. Tini the Kanes Kavashagar, that there, Daja Joshirangi, Sinu to Baseta, there. The Tokbetasam of Shividas, Koran Paza, Taksam Sera.
Yeah, Pa, Tanya Kaja to Chibaran, what is Chibaran? When they pass some of the one that the Tarashu.
Tanya the Jubales.
Tanya Chibaran, when they pass Tower some of Tanadona, Tanya was the child of Samson Mother, Rabarabare.
And so, in terms of the what do you call that? The terms, or the name. The sound, sounds very similar, but the meaning is very different. And the Prasangika Madhyamika's the dependent designation is much more subtler than mind-only schools. The designation of this, the the name, the term, the sound, the existing by its own characteristics.
Okay, but it's pretty difficult to understand, pretty deep. But it's same name but different meanings.
The basic answer is that the prasanga is much more subtle.
They're much more subtle. Okay. Yes.
Can you repeat what you said about grasping of the self and grasping of true existence as root of cyclic existence? What is the root of obscuration and ignorance again?
강사 덴바트먼트 덴르당 아니 폼보 덴바트먼트 덴니가 고비 싸워레스.
그래서 되게 저런 단지라 말해. 강사가 단지다.
가사가 나한테
니
폼보 덴바트먼트 덴니가 아니 가로 고비 싸워레스.
So grasping at the self of a person, right? Grasping at the self of a person and grasping at true existence. They both are root of cyclic existence.
And what is the root of obscuration and ignorance again?
바로
Then that they should the Garshaso.
시드드 띵 바차.
And the imprint, the predisposition or the imprint, of these two, the grasping at self a person and grasping at true existence of the phenomena. So the imprint or the predispositions of these two is called obscuration to knowledge.
Okay. Okay, now we stop. I thought some questions for Mark. Well, what's homework? Now maybe we don't have time yet. What's homework?
The homework was, why is it necessary to identify,
yeah.
why do we need to identify the object of negation? That was the first question. And then the next question was, who asserts things exist truly and who does not? And then the third question is why?
Okay, Mark.
I knew it was going to be me.
What do you answer? Do you study? You write? No. Okay. Okay. Anyway, who has? Rebecca, you have? Jennifer, you have? Okay, what do you have?
Well, the reason that you need to identify the object of negation correctly is so, well, they use the example in the book as if you're trying to catch a thief, you have to be able to identify him, but also just so that you don't fall into one of the two extremes by negating too much or negating too little.
Is it like that? About
Especially nihilism.
A little bit different. Without having identified the object of negation, which is imputation, the absence of the object cannot be apprehended.
Arsavade?
From the Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life. Also Tsongkhapa quotes it.
Yeah. What they say?
Without having identified the object of negation, which is imputation, the absence of the object cannot be apprehended.
가장음마스나?
가정어마스는 대동보다 못쓴 거 말했어.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, this is like similar, like, it's different way, but it's pretty similar.
Yes, similar.
Yeah, okay. Cheza. Okay, Mark. You don't understand that someone's dizzy. Do you give medicine?
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing with my tinnitus sitting back here.
Really?
Yeah, I hear like 30% of what you say.
Oh, really? You act good. Now he's acting good.
I hear.
He's very smart. He's acting good. Oh, I couldn't hear you. This is a smart answer.
I heard something about giving medicine.
Okay, if you don't know that someone's dizzy, you give the medicine? Oh, exactly same. If you don't know what's negated, you cannot abandon. Like that. That Bob like that. Kacheza, 아니 가자 코는 무마사나 가자 가대 가르똥고 좀 신경 말아.
So yeah, so what Bob said, just like what Bob said, if you don't recognize the object of negation, then you will not be able to understand the emptiness of that. What is it empty of? So in order to understand that, you have to understand the object of negation. So just like if you don't know the thief, you will not be able to catch the thief, just like that. So in order to catch the thief, you have to know the thief.
가자도 매워서라 가자도 하고라 하코니 대가고 하코니 매워서 그래서.
The object of negation is to be negated, right? So what is to be negated is the object of negation. So if you don't know what is the object of negation, then how are you going to negate it? It's just like that.
Okay. 대 룸바데 집어도 룸바데 나사도 한 번에 맨 저쪽만 대 집어로도.
So just like Mark, if you don't know the disease, you wouldn't know what medicine to give for it, right? So in order to give the medicine, you have to know what the disease is.
Okay, like that. Second question.
Asserts things exist truly and who does not.
Karo. Okay. Oh, okay, Mark.
Who asserts things truly?
Exist truly.
About Vishakas? And
No, I couldn't hear you.
well, your voice so long for me to I'm sure I can hear next one. But the Vishakas and I believe the Santikas too.
Well, how you know that?
I mean,
no, you need to.
It was something about partless particles that, and if something doesn't exist, really, it doesn't exist at all.
No, how you know that? They believe. How you know they believe? Nobody made that. Hey, go ahead, man. Okay, the answer there, Rika.
My homework was a little different. But
Really?
yes. I think we covered that during this class. To the mantra.
How you know? Because I say?
Because you said
No, this is not correct.
Because the text.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, you can say, you can say follow the text. Not say it's a Geshe-la said it's not correct. You can say text. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you can say Lamrim Chemo and how you call the another one? Tenets.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's correct. Well, similar. It's correct.
It's everybody except the Pabongka. Everybody asserts. Sure.
You sure? Okay.
Mine only doesn't believe in phenomena, right?
They exert true existence.
Okay. How about Omar Rajiba?
What about Sabdandaka Madimeka?
Yes. They assert that
Dengi Tanya Mandabi Omar Rajiba.
So what's the definition of the Sabdandaka Madimeka school?
Is Mahayana tenant that asserts
Okay, who has you have?
Definition.
Svatantrikas Madhyamika or Satantrikas?
Omar Rajiba.
Sabdandaka Madimeka.
They don't sort. They do a sort of external existence.
Yeah.
Yogacara doesn't assert.
We're not talking about external, we're talking about true existence. The definition of a Satantric Madhyamika is one who pounds Mahayana tenets and by means of positing a reason that exists from its own side does not accept existence even nominally.
Do not assert existing truly even nominally, right?
제가 아니 저는 딱 다른 거 가자 데마트 버려. 제가 전 데마트 버려 킬링이라 말하지 왜.
So the the object of negation is the true existence, right? So the Savatandika Madhyamika asserts the true existence.
Conventionally, yes. I mean,
Not even conventionally, not even nominally.
you could say if you say that the definition is, when the object when the object when sought is found, they would say that yes.
No, I don't think so.
They'll take posit the person as the
What?
Like-
Can't say.
the mental consciousness.
So
가자 가게 데마트 버려. 가자 가야 고자 데마트 버려.
okay.
제가 다 데마트 말하지 데마트 버려 킬링이래 왜.
They assert that something from the side of the object exists. I mean, their definition of truly
The
exists.
Rangotuba killing or the constant Rangotuba Demotuba together.
랑구트 버 데마트 카 되니 그냥 소야 맞다.
So existing, yes. So the Savatandika Madhyamika asserts the existing from its own side, existing inherently. That is asserted by the Savatandika Madhyamika. But Savatandika Madhyamika do not assert true existence.
Well,
Wow. 야, 댕이 타니면 데마트 뭐 타냐 된다고 말했을래도.
So he says there, he says, not even nominally, that do not assert the true existence even nominally.
Okay, that's true. Rika.
Yes.
Okay. Are you follow Jennifer?
No.
Okay, now you have to debate. You have to debate. You have to give for. How about Bob? How about Bob?
It says right in the definition of Svatantrika
Yeah.
Madhyamika, they don't accept it even now.
Yeah, that. But what bad?
But they did. I mean, the way they define truly existent is that, established by way of its own common mode of existence without being posited by a non-defective awareness. But if you use the definition by the Prasangika of true existence, it's.
아니, 엄마 단집에 엄마 라디오를 데마트 책 아닌가?
So what does truly existing means in Savatandika Madhyamika school?
It means established by way of its own uncommon mode of existence without being posited by a
오,
non-defective.
오케이. 손님은 너무 그저 한번 많이 봤어.
Nomela.
Noa maybe lola namu kisa yibana deliver the matter do it. They matter and the wrong money trabada lol pa no nika go race.
So if it is, if it exists truly, then it has to exist from its own side without appearing it, to the unaffected the mind or consciousness. So because there's no such things, which exists only from its own side without, appearing to the unaffected, mind. Therefore, there's no such things as truly existence in Savatandika Madhyamika school.
Yeah, I'd say, but if you went by the Prasangika, they would say that exists by its own side, exists by way of its own character, exists truly. They all mean the same thing, which is the object when sought is findable. And I think by that definition, you have to say that the Svatantrika Madhyamika assert true existence.
No.
Because there is something.
Then how you describe for the definition? No, you need to the main source is the I call it.
Okay, well then
Definition.
you just have to say exist.
Ask who believe that? Who says?
Truly.
Yeah.
So
Actually, who inherently.
Who thinks was that the question? Exists
Yeah.
Truly or exists inherently?
It exists inherently, because this is the negative, right? Or the negative. It's not.
Other killing it off.
제가 나도 봐야 가자 데마트만 랑은수바 가고 말고 가야 돼. 가자데 데마트 무슨 거.
나는 단나 가서 가야 돼. 단나 가서 때 가서 가자 세야 되더라. 다집을 누게 가자 쓰거라.
Yeah, 데마트 야. I can't say. I can't do that. Bill here. 야, 단추를 가지고.
그래 나 모나세나다 랑어르 두바이 여바 인자 랑어르 두바이에서 땐다 넘버 두바이 그랬어.
never told you more. Dengi tanya de madwa tido ne. Samsame ranjubilla.
So in the definition, you have to go by the definition. So in the definition, it says not even nominal. So do not accept even nominally.
제가 생이 개만은 된다. 되는 샴베 쉬다다.
If you don't accept the definition, then there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, you need to debate with them to how to really understand.
But didn't
Okay.
you just say now that you just changed the question to who exists?
No.
Then I answered right.
Okay. Anyway, it's good to discussion. Okay. What last one?
Why do they? Those who say there is true existence and who says there's not. Why do they
I
say?
think we already answered their questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we stop. We got over time.
No homework for next time.
What we talk today? I think maybe next time maybe no homework. You have to study. I have no idea where I'm going to ask questions.
Okay.
You have to that where I'm going to question. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Anyway, do some meditation. Most meditation is important, and to study a little bit. Okay. Hey, Bill, are you there? Everyone likes to debate with you. Yeah, they miss you. When you come to Zoom. Okay, now we stop.
Okay, please turn to page 39.
Thank you, everyone.
Sashi, you to make your family with like a son, you can do it on like on the brush. So, kids and Lana could say that, and she never could change. But down, but sometimes we get necessary to do one. That snow mountain encircled land source where we benefit and joy may Lord Tetsugyatso Chin Rising remain in life till some sorrows end. Say with the snowland teachings and his mind glory beings who extensively clarifies the path of divine emptiness and compassion. For widows in the hand, Lord Tetsugyatso was may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. You who have called us to do us from our ways, serves of God, will bear of all, sustaining, preserving, spreading life, and God speaking of this time. Lastly, God, and thy ministry with prayers, honoring, please do, sacred myself and unto your disciples, please live long. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having in good estate, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may our unborn arising when born, never decline but increase forevermore. They may say way to touch your rest, they may give all the to Pamala Fifty Summon that I take the
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Geshe-la.
Okay, you guys have to little debate with the definition. Jennifer, okay? She looked like she kick out for the the definition. Okay, thank you, everyone. Yeah, you need to prove the definition working.